at midfield.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. The Eagles are going to take possession of the football. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. They go play action with Hurts. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Cook following the penalty. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 31.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
This one into the hands of Thielen.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 22, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
You can put any Halloween costume on. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They stopped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with career touchdown number 60.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Rosas good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man has Goddard, the tight end. Hurts finding Goddard there. First down, Philadelphia.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll set up a throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his left. This is Smith with the ground. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
On second down, it's Cook again.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
156 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Play fake. Cousins. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Cook up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Cousins now. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they will rally and stop him short of 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Rosas' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's got a man. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
From the 22,
Hurts. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was a bit winning. Because remember, he had Mike Gordon to throw to, and Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. This a 33-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 10. So the interception, that had him set up in golden shape, but no first down comes of it. And in the end, no points come up.
And Brandon, I tell you, in a sudden change offense, you must capitalize. This is where you can really swing momentum in your favor. But that time, they let him off the hook.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. converts, and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete. Smith has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creasing.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Cook again. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Officially at the go is a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. The Vikings send out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And how about this, a fake? And the gamble pays off. They get the first. What a play. It's a 1st down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done. Fletcher
Cox there for the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle, it's Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Down at the 32. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make it. turned out just okay.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Another carry now for Madison. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
He's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
All right, now here we go.
They'll go Madison up the middle. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This one from 48 yards away. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and the lead will hold at 10. And that miss should just about right have finished in this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the clock, I think this one's about finished.
Steps away to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they take a knee.
What's going on, guys?
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how